It's 2 a.m. The lights are off, and you're watching two characters finally confess their feelings after 24 episodes of Will They, Won't They? The music swells, the animation's fluid, and you feel that specific, hollow ache in your chest. You think, why can't it be like that for me? Why can't I find anyone like that? But here's the problem. The closer we get to the ideal romance in anime, the further we drift from reality. Today we're talking about the romance paradox, how the media we love is secretly sabotaging our ability to love in real life, and why we're addicted to a version of intimacy that doesn't actually exist. Most romance anime don't actually show you relationships. They show you courtship. There is a massive difference, by the way. Anime is obsessed with the chase. It's the shy girl finally speaking up, or the bad boy showing his soft side for the first time. It's addictive because it's high-stakes drama. But in the real world, once you're past the initial spark, the story doesn't end. In anime, the series cuts to a black or ends with a happily ever after, right when the actual work of being a couple begins. We are conditioned to crave the beginning, the thrill of the confession, completely unprepared for the messy and reality of maintaining a bond with another human being. Let's talk about the tropes that break our brains. First, there's the protagonist arrogance. You see it in shows like My Little Monster or Kaicho wa Maid-sama. Man, I did not say that right. The lead is often hyperfixated on one person to the exclusion of all logic. They are destined. Then there's the misunderstanding machine. In real life, if you don't talk to your partner for 3 weeks because of a misunderstanding about a textbook, that's not drama, that's a fucking red flag, you fucking delusionist. And an anime is just a plot point. When you consume enough of this, your real-life perception of romance starts following those flawed aspects. You start viewing your real-life romance prospects in a flawed lens. Some people do one of two things here. The fixer mentality. You look for someone who's broken or closed off, thinking you'll be the one to finally save them. Don't ever date someone that you plan to build up. They're not a project. Don't change someone for who they are. That's not how that works. Date someone for you that you don't have to change. Or number 2, the passive wait. You wait for a grand dramatic confession that feels like it was written by a screenwriter, rather than having a vulnerable, terrifying conversation in a coffee shop, or really anywhere, honestly. So if we know, anime is fake, it doesn't exist, why does it still affect us? Why does it create a paradox such as this? It's because anime offers a catharsis that reality can't match. Real life is messy and disorganized. You might like someone who just doesn't like you back. Or you might be in a relationship where you're both just okay. Anime gives us the fantasy of being understood perfectly. The paradox is this. We watch these shows because we want to feel connected. But by consuming these hyper-idealized versions of love, we're actually training our brains to be dissatisfied with the messy human reality of the people around us. We're looking for animated logic in a world that operates on human logic. And when we can't find that perfect cherry blossom scented intensity, we retreat back into the anime. It's quite a closed loop of isolation, really. And by no means am I saying stop watching romance anime. No, I love that shit. But we need to treat them for what they are. Fiction. If you want to break the paradox, do exactly the opposite of what the anime is showing you. As confusing as that may sound. Let me explain. Stop looking for that destined person. Stop waiting for that perfect moment. In reality, the best parts of a relationship isn't a grand confession, really. They're the boring Tuesday nights where you're just enjoying each other's presence, maybe watching a movie and ordering some DoorDash. The arguments you guys resolve by using your words, and on realizing your partner is a flawed character, just like you, and just like every other human, and not like someone drawn on screen. The goal isn't to find an anime life. The goal is to build a life that feels authentic enough that you don't need to escape from it. As for me, I found that. And she came here today to help me with this video and to voice her own opinions on what she thinks love is.
Hello everyone, I am so-and-so said Daniel's lassie, aka girlfriend. So I've actually been telling people for quite some time what I think love is, and I've only told a couple coworkers or people in small groups. And this is a perspective that I don't think as many people mention. With all the videos and reels we get in the media of what love is and the expectations of what love is supposed to look like, I really think it comes down to one simple thing. And I think it's that love is a choice, not just a feeling. So, in my opinion, everyone in the world is replaceable to a degree. You know, everyone has their differences, but at the end of the day, when you choose somebody, that means choosing them consistently. And essentially, if you want to be with them till the end of your life, forever, right? Of the time that we're here. So I think love is a choice in the sense that feelings can come and go. And when I say feelings, I'm talking about adrenaline, or the honeymoon phase, or things that people mistake for love that's really just lust and chemicals in our brain. And I think as you get older, you realize on the hard days, or on the days that seem maybe quiet and peaceful or boring, you have to choose your person and put in the initiative to go out on dates again, or choose to understand your partner, or choose new ways of communicating, or consistently try. You know, love isn't just a feeling, it really comes down to it being a choice at the end of the day. And I think once you choose someone, you can't have this mindset of, oh, what if there's better for me? What if, you know, yeah, okay. You could say that about yourself. You could say, someone have more money than me. Does someone, you know, you're constantly looking for these things out of this innate human feeling of dissatisfaction. I think a lot of people feel that in their relationships where they think, oh, but there's more and there's more and there's more. But in all honesty, if you're choosing the person, there shouldn't be that feeling, right? And that shows they're not really choosing the person for who they are. They're choosing an idea of them, or a concept of them, or like something they want to craft into somebody. So in my opinion, you know, if you, of course, like there has to be an innate sense of chemistry for the most part, but after that, it's pretty much a choice. And in that choice, it's also not giving up. Now, don't get me wrong, there are limits to things like no partner should be cheated on, and no partner should be going through abusive tendencies. But even then, you know, some people are high tolerance and want to work on those things. But I'm saying for the general groups of people, you know, no one is perfect. No one's a perfect figment of anything. That doesn't exist. Everyone comes in with their, I wouldn't even say flaws, because to some people they're not even flaws. Sometimes what's flaws to some person might be gifts to another person. But at the end of the day, you have to consistently choose the person you are with. You can't always have in the back of your head, what if there's better, what if? If you're choosing the person and you're choosing to put an effort with them consistently, that is love in itself. That process is what love is. So that's my 2 cents.
I'd like to thank her again for taking the time out of her busy schedule to help me record that. It's partially why this video's been taking nearly 2 months. Sorry about that. What's one romance trope or show that you found was totally unrealistic? Let me know in the comments, please. I think we all have some favorites that we're pretty guilty of. I myself included, because I'm a romance anime freak. If you enjoyed this somewhat deep dive, consider hitting that subscribe and like button. I'm somewhat approaching 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the world if you guys can help me reach that. Thanks for watching. And remember, real life might not be an anime, but it's really the only thing you got. I'll see y'all next time.